Elden Ring's DLC is hard. Alright, now that I'm warmed up, probably beat that boss. Oh my god. Alright, so anyways, I guess I should give my thoughts on the DLC. Let me fix his webcam again. Boss fights, overall, very enjoyable, very fun. Really enjoyed the boss fights. World is incredible, honestly. This new open world is probably my favorite in the whole game. The ones in the base game were cool as well, but this one is probably my favorite. It has like this like graveyard thing going for it when you first enter it, and then it's got the big black Erdtree. Burning Erdtree, which was very cool. I really liked the weapons that they also added as well. So there's a couple new weapons. They got these big katanas, they have light great swords, and then they also have these reverse swords that you can use, and then the little circle weapons that I was using, the, what do you call them, the freaking circle blades, I don't know what they're called. But other than that, there's some other weapons in the game as well that are pretty cool. And I just think overall 9 out of 10 DLC. Would highly recommend if you liked Elden Ring. If you didn't like Elden Ring, don't play this. It's a lot harder. If you thought Elden Ring is too hard, just don't even try this game. Honestly, some bosses in here are harder than Millennia, and Millennia was already the hardest boss in Elden Ring. So I would not recommend this game to anyone that can't beat Millennia or has a really hard time beating Millennia. Honestly, this DLC is either going to be you really like it or you really hate it, depending on what type of person you are. If you don't like a super challenging game that, you know, you have to put a lot of effort in to beat the bosses and all that, then you probably wouldn't like this game. If you just want to play a game where it's more chill, or a game that is like still difficult but not as difficult as a Souls game, then I highly would not recommend this game to you at all. And I would not recommend this DLC for sure, because this DLC is super difficult. But if you are up for a challenge, I think this DLC is worth it. If you really liked Elden Ring and you want more Elden Ring content, this DLC is definitely worth it. The story isn't amazing. I mean, it's Elden Ring. I'm not a huge fan of the story, but, you know, the bosses are cool. That's why I play it. I personally like the game for the gameplay, and mostly just the gameplay, and that's the biggest reason why I like Elden Ring, and that is the biggest reason why I like this DLC. So yeah, it has its downsides, but, you know, it also has its good sides as well, and its good sides are hard to be missed because this DLC is absolutely incredible, and it was great that they put a lot of effort, a lot of time into this DLC, and it's very obvious that From Software really wanted to make a DLC that brought back that feeling that Elden Ring first did when it first came out. But yeah, that's my review, I guess. It's a short one. It's not too crazy, but I didn't want to go too in detail about it. I personally haven't even finished it yet. It's too challenging that I am taking my time with it, and I don't really want to beat it all in like one day and not take my time with it. And, you know, I just kind of want to give myself that challenge of beating it without summons. And if I use summons, I could probably beat most of these bosses, but I'm not using summons now. So I'm just going to try and go in, get killed 50,000 times, and then hopefully beat the boss eventually. I beat 2 bosses so far. The one that you saw in the video, the Dancing Lion, I beat him a couple days ago. Don't have the footage for that. And I don't have the footage for beating Renala as well, which is the second main boss. But I have been using her swords, and I beat her before the Dancing Lion, which is kind of interesting because she's actually harder. But somehow I beat her before the Dancing Lion, because the Dancing Lion was so hard because that stupid camera was taking me forever. I could not tell where that. Okay, I want to play something a little less stressful, you know, give myself, like, you know, calm myself down after playing some Elden Ring, play a totally not stressful, very calm game. It's pretty bad though, like,
for what it's worth. It's pretty bad. Caleb, that was definitely not a buffer.
Yo, what the?
Get out.
What are you doing, bro? What was that? Caleb, no! Caleb, oh my god.
Hold on.
How did you mess that up?
That just means you're having more fun during the journey.
What? That's not what that means at all.
What
Caleb.
is that? Kill.
Dude, I don't like this guy, bro.
This guy just jumped while we were running around here. For no reason.
Why would you jump? If you don't have to jump, don't jump. There is no point in getting